Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Morning Brew. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching, I do hope it's a good one. Now, let's see here. I saw something on Twitter about something that happened last night, and NB Geek did touch on that in the chat. I was actually surprised, and yeah, I support him. And good morning, Keely Chow. How are you today? And he asks people to subscribe to a couple channels, and I subscribe to them myself. NB Geek says, I support Will Smith bitch-slapping Chris Rock. He humiliated his wife on live TV. A husband has to defend his wife's honor. I absolutely agree. The fact that anyone would do something like that to humiliate a person, I'm only surprised that he slapped him and didn't outright punch him. I would have supported that. Lay the bitch out. I don't care. That was a bitch move of Chris Rock, and he should have been laid out. And good evening, TWTG content. How are you tonight? And good morning, BK Dan. Good morning, 47 Yorktown. As you can tell, my allergies have kicked into full swing. Yay! Good morning, Pacific 414. How are you, Mike? How bad do you have to piss a man off? He does not punch you, he bitch slaps you. Well, insulting his wife is one way to find out. Yep. And good morning, the Catman, a.k.a. G.D. Myers. How have you been? And Resolute Germ says it would have been praiseworthy if it wasn't completely staged. Yeah, it did kind of look staged to me. That's part of the problem. And how's the morning starting off for me? Sinuses are full. That's how the morning's starting off for me. Rather than drinking my cup of coffee, I'm using it as a warm compress until the cup cools off to the point where it doesn't work anymore. And I have put the link out in the chat. Let me see if that's there. Good. And as every Monday, we're having open lines, having that every Monday and Friday now. As far as what happens during the rest of the week, it's kind of up to whatever happens. So yeah, using the coffee mug as a warm compress kind of helps. Oh, good grief. Oh, I don't feel bad. It's just the sinuses are getting full. It's annoying, but good morning, PJ. How are you today? At least I'm not feeling bad. I have a doctor's appointment today, and I have to go to that. Yay! It's for medicine. Unfortunately, the medication I'm on, yeah, I have to go. I have to see the doctor every month. Pacific 414 says, I looked at that video from last night and can't help but think it's staged because the Oscars not doing well in the ratings. Yeah. And oh, great. Good, great. That sucks, PJ. No, I can say I don't have that. I've had a negative test done yesterday. I've tested semi-regularly anytime I'm not feeling good. And it's just sinuses. Yay. I almost wish it were the other thing, because then I could at least blame something other than my fucking sinuses. Oh. And TWGG Content says, I don't believe anything on mainstream TV. Neither do I. And good morning, the lovely Sherry. How are you today? So, what is going on, everyone? How was your weekend? I hope everyone had a good weekend. Mine was overall good. I didn't stream much this weekend. Of course, I was kind of funny. YouTube has, of course, been fucking with my numbers. Yay. That's their thing to do. But still, I'm still climbing little by little. And good morning, DG Sound. How are you today? Take care of yourself, Orville Nation. Dave says, my weekend was reasonably unremarkable. Ooh. Considering how most of your weekends are usually more remarkable, I would say it's good. Something usually happens. So it's like, ugh. So, yeah. And I do love how people are saying hello to each other and talking. That's actually something that I encourage. And I will say, if you look at the description below, you will see a link to Resolute Germ's channel. I'm still trying to get him to 300 subscribers by the 1st of April in order to get him on to do karaoke. He's also agreed to do a face reveal. Now that's if he gets the subscribers to 300 by April 1st. So come on, people. If you're listening, subscribe to Resolute Germ. God, I need more coffee. And yeah, I've been using it as a warm compress and not drinking it. But yes, subscribe to Resolute Germ. He's got excellent content. He does Saturday morning cartoons, and then he does a Tuesday evening sci-fi with I can't remember what the hell it is. Something in Lex, I think. I can't remember what the hell they are. Germ, if you could put that in the chat, please, it would be much appreciated. Good morning, Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000. How many subscribers are you up to now? And Orwell Nation, I would appreciate hearing from you when you get a chance and aren't, absolutely when you're not sick. And so far, he has 434 subs. Lex and Farscape, awesome. I know Farscape is an excellent show. I never got into Lex. So, the lovely Sherry says, pretend you're Will and smack the like button. I like that. Well, you're welcome, Resolute Germ. I am bound and determined to try to get you to 300 by the 1st. It's going to be a little difficult right now, but let's see here. Let me open up the page real quick. He is currently at 261 subscribers. So, 39 away. You need to get 39 people to subscribe to Resolute Germ. And so, see, Dave, you've got a good reason to watch Resolute Germ's channel on Tuesday evenings. And your favorite Looney Tunes cartoon? That's a good question to ask. Resolute Germ is off to work. Take care, all. Take care, Resolute Germ. Have a good day at work. And yes, the lovely Sherry does put the link in the chat to subscribe to Resolute Germ, which is much appreciated. And I Love Food says, hello to all, firm handshakes. Cool. And 1930s to 1940s Daffy Duck, he was just crazy then. Cool. Uh, so what is everyone up to today? I have a doctor's appointment at 11 a to have my meds done. It was supposed to be a virtual appointment, but they called back and said, no, we can't do it virtually. We have to do it in person. Oh, well. That was the problem I had with, yeah. And good morning, Robert Green. How are you today? Olive Food says work, haircut, groceries. Yeah, I need a haircut myself, but that's not going to happen for a while. Lovely Sherry says deputy dog, Abbott and Costello, gargoyles, Techum Blade. I've never heard of that. Galaxy Rangers, etc. Too many favorites to name. Chris says, I am playing Fortnite and off to bed soon. Cool. I hope you sleep well, Chris. I've never played Fortnite, actually, so I don't know what it's like. I've seen a few games. I don't remember if I ever watched Fortnite being played. Well, somebody will have to stream Fortnite so I can see what it looks like. Because I can't actually play it and stream it at the same time, even if I wanted to. And I don't know if it's seriously considering cutting my own hair. Well, if I wanted mine to look like crap, I would do it too. But yeah, unfortunately, the person who used to cut my hair now has severe arthritis, and so cutting hair is not an option anymore. Yeah, needless to say, I gotta find somebody new to cut my hair, and I hate doing that. Uh Saggy streams it. Okay, cool. Then I've got somebody I can watch who plays it. I don't know who that is, lovely Sherry. And Mike Jimmy, hey, how are you doing? Sorry, I can't even try to pronounce the full name this morning. I've had one cup of coffee, and most of that went as a warm compress. And I drank cooled off coffee. Uh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I can't do that. Mine would look like utter shit. Yeah. Slaps alike. Yep. That's what was said before. It just shows that you're participating in the chat and that you enjoy the content. Of course, the StreamYard link is in the chat for anyone who cares to join. Would be most welcome, but I know that some of the people who are watching now are getting ready to leave, getting ready for their day, or getting ready for bed. Uh, oh, okay. The fake hate crime guy said he got into a fight, but he staged it. Yeah. Well, he's a cunt. Just, I'm sorry. That's just, you don't do that kind of shit to fool people. No, maybe somebody ought to smack Will Smith. Like I said, I looking at that, it did look staged. Uh, I come on and say hi, but I'm exporting the final version of LOC5. My video card is complaining already. Yeah, I'm not uh, listening and doing chores in the basement of chores. Cool. Basement of chores. Eventually, that's going to be cleaned up and finished, I hope. Uh, let's see. Ugh. Yeah, it was. I mean, the slaps of desperation. Yeah, they're desperate. They're trying to get people to watch, and if that gets people to tune in, they'll do it. They'll do it. Mike Jimmy says, "Basement of chores. Why not go for something cooler like Dungeon of Endless Tasks?" Sounds more accurate. Sounds more accurate. And Magitech Mags, I think I got it right this time, says, "Good morning, y'all." And good morning. How are you, Mags? Yeah, I heard about the slap too. I actually saw it a video that somebody had posted on Twitter. But other than that, wow, cool. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Greetings from the future. I got long time no talk.
It's been a while. Yes. How
Yeah.
have you been?
Busy, busy. Even right now, but I see you're alone, so I hope somebody else will join because I know that I have in about 30 minutes a conference call that I cannot avoid, unfortunately. So, uh, by the time I hope somebody will join.
Well, I'm
And
sure.
how are you doing? Such an early morning, but
Uh, actually doing fairly well. My sinuses, however, are packed.
hmm.
Let's put it this way: if it were money, I would be very happy. Um,
Allergies or just a cold or something.
allergies,
Allergies. Okay, it's
allergy
it's the
season.
time of the year.
Yay!
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah.
if my if my wallet was as packed as my sinuses, I would be rich as could be. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I know Erica is pretty much the same. She has like allergies, and it's not like it's nothing serious, but like runny nose all the time, and basically paper towels are um, going basically it's the only thing that I'm buying like twice a week or so. So it's crazy. Yeah, it will take like for a few weeks and then it will be fine. I'm not sure if the pollen changes or to something that she's not allergic to, or she gets used to it. But it's so funny because she grew up in a village basically surrounded by plants, trees, different types of grass and everything. Me, city boy, nothing, no allergies, like literally nothing. I have probably all my insides covered in smoke and so I'm protected. So otherwise, yeah, crazy.
No, I've always had allergy problems this time of year.
Mm. Yeah, it's pretty normal. It's pretty common because, and the funniest thing is that the allergy sometimes starts like early to mid February for some people, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, how come? It's like there's nothing outside, but obviously there is some early pollen in the air already,
Yep.
and so some people start really basically. I'm still freezing to death, and people have allergies. Like, what's happening? But yeah,
Yeah, it's right now here. It's kind of cold, but right now, um, but it's supposed to be getting warmer today.
mm.
Yay!
We're having a nice week. Basically, a very nice week behind us. A very warm weekend, and I mean like warm for March uh, weekend. And this week should be as well like nice. But then next week, once again, the temperatures drop. So the umbrella guy posted an image of before rating slab and after rating slab, even if it weren't staged. The Oscar got what? That was so. You know what? I don't know. The slab looked like. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So basically, I think I'm not sure how much of it was staged, but definitely one thing is for sure. Will Smith, if it wasn't staged, he didn't hit with the full force.
No.
it sounded worse than it looked like, because
Yeah,
yeah, it was the host would be on the ground basically,
exactly.
and passing out, but wanted to say hello. Captain, good night, YouTube world. Good night, Michael T.
Good night, Michael T. Hopefully, you are promoting Yitzo Lemon's uh, uh, comic book.
Is Itza writing a comic book?
He's written
I'm.
one actually, and he's
Oh,
writing
he's
another
written
one.
one.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Is it on his store?
yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm going to check it out. It will be my first, probably my first comic book that I ever buy. That's cool.
Let me
Oh
see here.
man,
Come on, show me the. There it is. Conquest of Happiness.
can you put a link in the chat?
That's just what I was about ready to do.
Okay, perfect.
And there we go. For those of you who haven't heard it, had him on this morning. Book is complete on his site, local printing for all locations, so no international shipping fees, which is good. And I'm
I
glad you
just
had him
clicked.
on.
Okay. Conquest of happiness.
Yeah, it's
Add to cart. Go. So. No, I don't want to read the terms and conditions. I don't care about terms and conditions.
yeah.
Oh man. We are redirecting you to PayPal.
Let's see here now. Shirts. Let's go with t-shirts. Oh,
What was that?
what?
I don't know. I clicked on PayPal. Let's see if I get a notification. And then I go to return. Is everything? Yeah, should be fine. Let's see.
Cool.
Anyway, uh, the biggest tragedy happened to me during the weekend. My phone broke, and the only backup phone that we had at home was my wife's old iPhone X. So I had to switch from Android to iPhone right now.
Ah,
Oh man, that's a change. I can tell you that is something completely different.
Funny thing is, they've made cell phones so fucking complicated now. It's like, what? What? I want a phone.
But you know what? Everything worked basically fine, like the transfer, like all the contacts, messages, and whatsoever. And because most of the things are cloud based, you know what was the most unexpected, biggest fuck up of them all?
What?
WhatsApp. WhatsApp messaging. Because the backup that you're doing on WhatsApp on Android is done on Google, basically on the Google Cloud. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when you are using WhatsApp on iPhone, all the messages are stored in the iCloud. And there is nothing like you go like when you are just basically moving from one Android to another Android or from one iPhone to another iPhone, you just go like to the settings, go back up all messages, it backs it up, and then you just activate it on your new device, and all the messages basically just pop up. So you have all the history and all the chats that you ever had. When
Yeah.
you are switching from Android to iPhone, there is no freaking functionality how to do it. So the first thing that you do, obviously, you go to the internet and trying to find out what to do. So we found a software that does it basically. That basically does the transfer through your own computer. So yeah, just to transfer all my messages, I had to buy a software for like 22 euro, and it was a nightmare anyway. But it worked out at the end. But oh man, that was a pain.
So when will you be getting your new phone?
You know what? Right? Honestly, the iPhone X that my wife used before she switched to her, I don't know, 12, iPhone 12 or whatever, or 13 or whatever she has, uh, is working just fine because there's a new battery in the phone.
Mm-hmm.
It has like the protective glass, and it was in a cover basically the whole time. The phone is just working fine. So I will probably keep it until I break it because that's something that happens to me regularly, at least once every 15 months that I break a phone.
I was gonna say 3 weeks and he'll need a new phone. Imagine Joseph without a phone. Ooh.
You know what? I imagine myself without a phone like for 5 hours during the weekend. I felt lost.
Good morning, Chester. How are you this morning? Well, yeah, because you're so used to it.
Yeah, and basically, the thing is, I have in the phone. When people say I have my whole life in the phone, that's some people do. I'm not saying that I don't have like many information in my phone or what, but as well like work related stuff, and especially there is we have in the when I want to connect to the corporate network in a company, we have basically like two-phase authentication with a specific pin, and there's a software that generates the pin on your phone, and then you have to type the pin into your computer. So it's basically absolutely necessary for me having the phone.
Oh, yeah. And good night, Chris. Get some sleep. There's a stream running. That's fine. Just mute it in the tab.
Oh, and good night. Yeah. I need coffee. I had only one coffee today. That's weird. It's almost 3 p.m. And it's so weird waking up 1 hour earlier.
Well, it's nice having the time difference the same again because now
Back
I
to
don't have to.
normal. Yeah, back to normal. Yeah, exactly. So it's back to the 7 hours time difference because it was, and weirdly it was like this time it was like for 2 weeks
Yep.
because usually it is like 1 week, and I don't know why it was this year like for 2 weeks, and it was causing so many problems, especially with like um, problems. I'm talking BS because what's the problem when you cannot when bird starts streaming early? The Twilight Zone. The good thing is if he leaves it up, the Twilight Zone, once it is buffered on your computer, you can go back and rewind. So this is what I did even last week, that I didn't watch it because it was too early.
Mm-hmm.
So I left it basically on the computer to buffer, and once it was over, I could go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Uh, So that was it. And I'm so tired after the weekend that we were working the garden because spring, so you need to prepare everything, and it's
Yeah.
always like and it's basically slavery for about 3 weeks till everything is done and ready to go. And we have the first weekend behind us. But when is Easter this year? Easter holidays?
That's a good question. I don't know, man.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. But fortunately, there's the well of all wisdom in front of me. So Easter 2022. Sunday, April 17th is Easter Sunday. So 17th means this week, next week, and the week after. So basically, like in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. April 17th is what.
Yeah, yeah. Google says. So basically, Friday we have off. Yay
Cool.
me. And Monday we have off. So because it's always like public holidays, it's a 4-day weekend, and the kids don't go to school already on Thursday. They have like the Thursday before the Easter Sunday they have as well.
Ah.
uh, but yay,
Uh,
4-day weekend.
uh,
Is there something like in the USA as well, like days off, or like
yeah.
Easter
Yeah.
Monday, or yeah?
There'll be days off, particularly
Cool.
for school. Yay.
Yeah, kids will be home.
I mean, kids are here now, but they're quiet. I don't know if they have school or not. Maybe they don't this week
Why?
because they had makeup days before. They were only going 4 days a week this year for some
Oh,
stupid reason.
that's weird.
Uh,
I remember that when I look at the calendar right now, and I look how many holidays the kids have, it's like crazy amount of days. When I was going to school, there was like definitely nothing like religious public holidays,
right.
because religion was basically not not existing. Um, and the fun part was, if there was, and now listen, if there was a public holiday that fell for between Monday and Friday, so it was outside of the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
we had the day off, but we had to go to school on a Saturday.
That's some bullshit right there.
Exactly.
No, it's not. They were called like working Saturdays.
That's an oxymoron.
This is bird. By the way, Good to see you here, and
Uh,
I'm waiting.
hello world, it's Berto Prey 5, Kapla.
Kaplabert.
Kapla.
Kapla.
I wasn't listening to your stream yesterday. I only was watching then
Mhm.
the Twilight Zone. So I,
You did get to see
I got to
that.
see it. I got to see that. Actually, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Even the long episode was really interesting. I have to say.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It was an interesting episode. By the way, they could have solved it pretty much the same way how they did it in the first 5 minutes.
Right. That was kind of a poorly written episode in that. Oh, why didn't they just fix it to begin with?
Yeah.
You could master time travel.
Uh, by the way, Captain, were you watching it yesterday?
Yes, I did, and I
Yeah,
was thinking the same thing. It's like, why didn't they just do that to begin with?
yeah. And you know what? The funniest thing was it reminded
Unless,
me. Yeah, sorry, go.
unless they were trying to give her, unless they were testing her, and it wasn't him at all.
Oh, you're like, okay, a layer on top of a layer. I understand.
Yes.
I don't think they were testing her. It was literally just a bit contrived story. They maybe were looking for somebody who would stay in the city. Maybe they have not enough people there, but at the end they had to let him go. By the way, the worst thing that you can do to a reporter, telling him not to, that he's not allowed to report about something, to write about something. So, yeah. By the way, Captain Trek, it reminded me of the episode of Eureka about the guy that was basically that had the device that erased the short-term memory.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's probably an
And yeah,
inspiration for it.
yeah, but you know what? There are so many things in the Twilight Zone, and I think the Simpsons took so many times and like inspiration from the episodes of the Twilight Zone.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
even the one with Shatner that was the 20,000 miles
Yeah, that was a
something.
great. I think The Simpsons even added a layer when their uh, their monster was also in the ambulance.
There was one episode when and I'm not sure if I
It was a
remember it
Halloween of
correctly,
Horror
where
episode.
Bart was on a bus and he asked and he saw I think it was uh, the dried out guy, I don't know his name, who was like
Moment.
mounting bolts of the bus, and he asked Otto that there's a monster on the bus, yeah, trying to disassemble it, yeah. So yeah, they're
And
absolutely
then
like,
the ambulance taking Bart away, you saw this monster creature on the ambulance.
oh yes, yes, yes. There was definitely an inspiration in there, and yeah, good
So,
episodes yesterday, definitely.
kapla, everyone. Thank you all so much. Sure, everybody said hello. Thank
Any better, by the way?
Yes and no. Yes, I guess I stopped taking the antibiotic at the doctor's orders. I only took it for the minimum 3 days, and it certainly made me feel better. But I think the antibiotic was causing me to have a lot of GI issues.
Mm.
So today I don't have those GI issues, so I feel a lot better than I did the last few mornings. But I just hope it was enough of the antibiotic that it doesn't come back, whatever it was.
This is weird. You are getting prescribed so often the antibiotics, but probably it's necessary because it's at least like a few times a year that you're taking antibiotics,
Yeah,
right?
this was the biggest longest, I'd say, gap without taking antibiotics in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it'd been almost a year, I'd say, since I had taken anything.
I don't know. Honestly, it's like the time flies, and when people say the time flies, I literally was thinking about it while working during the weekend in the garden. Like a few weeks ago, there was like snow. We had Christmas decoration, Christmas lights, and everything outside. And it's March, and it's closer to Easter. It's very close to Easter, and my manager started talking about like booking your summer holidays, and I was like, "What summer holiday? Oh yes, you're right, because it's April." Basically, what's today? It's the 28th. So we
Yep.
have what,
Well,
29th, like 3 days of March, and then we're done with the
I'm
whole
going to
month.
guess you're headed west this year, certainly not east for summer.
I heard that if I went east, that it will be probably like explosive holidays or something. So
Uh,
definitely, I you know what
but the exchange rate's got to be good.
especially yeah, like
You
in
just go
Russia.
way east. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is nothing to buy. That's the funniest because everything is closed in Russia, everything is destroyed in Ukraine. So yay! No, but most probably I will go like heading east to Turkey. It's an option, still an option, or maybe like Greece, like for like which would be like go
You
west.
should go to Venice while it's still there.
I was there. You know what? It's like
Uh,
well,
then you know it's really nothing special.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that you are expecting the Hollywood beauty that they serve you, and it's actually not even a nice city.
Well, it's
City on the
nice in
sewer.
that there's no subway,
No,
nowhere,
no,
no
definitely no,
rats.
not Subway. Mm. It's like definitely, but summer is not very good for like really going like sightseeing and all that stuff. Like yeah, let's go to Paris like for a few days because uh, when you go there in I don't know July or August, your soles on the soles on the shoes are melting while you are walking everywhere. It's so hot, you're sweaty and sticky. No, thank you. And then some ignorant American will tell you that Europeans don't shower.
Well, I gotta say, that would be my take of it, unless they started showering in the last 10 to 15 years. But a hot
So
day in Paris that should be a war crime.
yeah, I agree. And especially, you know what? When you want to buy just like a one scoop of ice cream close to the Eiffel Tower, you basically have to take a mortgage. It's like it's so expensive.
I started a business selling uh, air fresheners for cars, but my first one was called Paris in Summer, and I went bankrupt. Also, a lot of women complained that their children started throwing up as soon as they opened it.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, you bought Summer Day in Paris, not me."
Sounds really bad. Give me a moment.
That was Mama Pray.
Greek
Mamo
mythos.
phrase sounded like Joseph was saying, like Erica with allergies.
Mhm.
Hmm.
How'd she
The,
do with Wordle?
yeah,
I got Wordle. I this was the first time that I could remember that I ran out of tries.
really.
She, she, oh, Mama Frey got Wordle and Quirtle. And you know what Quirtle is?
Nope.
No.
It's Wordle, but you play four of them simultaneously, and you have only 9 guesses for all four.
Ah.
Wow.
It's like
Wow.
next level. I just stick to Wordle
Yeah,
myself.
me as well. And there is like I could I was playing it like the German one, Austrian one, which is as well German. I was playing the Czech one, and I was like, okay, I'm done with it.
Well, the English one from 2 days ago, I got, and I was like, holy shit. I really didn't think Mama Prey would get it, but she got it fairly easily. And
You know what? On
then
so many
yesterday's,
occasions, it's
I
it's all
was
about
like,
guessing the right like eliminating the right letters.
yesterday, I still don't think they understood what they chose.
The Greek mythology.
Well,
That,
what's one way of thinking of it, but if you go to Urban Dictionary, the definition of nymph is very different than than Greek mythology.
I'm not sure if you should go with for New York Times game. If you should go with Urban Dictionary, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
I'm just saying they removed some words when they bought it, and I'm shocked that they kept in. But okay, whatever.
Because that one I got on the fifth attempt. Yes, and the word for today I got on the sixth attempt, and it was basically.
Well, my problem was I got the last four letters in the right place
Hmm.
by the third guess. And after that, there was more words than guesses
Hmm.
that, so I was just luck of the draw and I didn't get it by the time I ran out of guesses. There's no way I could have really got it sooner.
You should have read my hint, and that would lead you to the right direction.
I don't, I don't check your hint till I'm done. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose of playing the game.
Marvel Fright checks it.
Yeah, she did, and while it didn't, she didn't understand it immediately. The word she chose as her first guess gave her the first letter, so that changed the whole. Like this one was much easier to guess if you knew the first letter than the last
Hmm.
letters. So
Yeah, because I ended up like first guess nothing, second guess the letter in the middle, then the third and fourth I had, second, third, and fourth, and then I had all basically the uh, ended up basically with the same problem as you, basically having the last four letters correctly, and the first one was like, okay, let's try it out, and yeah, I managed on the sixth attempt.
you know, I tried to get rid of the vowels, and of course, after 3 tries, I'm like, oh fuck, there are no vowels.
Yeah.
I usually usually start with the word blink. I don't know why.
I always change up what I start
Yeah.
whatever it feels like. I try to have at least 2 different vowels in the first word, though.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be really weird and just go with A-E-I-O-U.
No, it has
You
to be
can't
a
because it
word.
has to be a word. It has to
Well,
be a
you
word.
can arrange it. You can arrange it so it's a word.
There's no word that's all vowels and only vowels.
With 5 letters.
Right, that 5-letter. Obviously, there are words. I.
Let's see here.
And I was doing yesterday's Wordle or today's Wordle. What was it? Something like 30 minutes past midnight.
Hmm. Good morning, Fiona, ASMR Stars team.
Good morning, Fiona.
Good morning.
How are you this morning? You know, I find it funny. There are different people that find the channel different ways. And I'm already subscribed to Fiona, who's definitely got a bigger channel than I do.
So, Cap,
Yes.
I got here a little late. Did
Yes,
you guys discuss the Oscars last night at all?
A little bit, yes.
a little, but go ahead.
And here I thought nothing was going to happen. I didn't watch. I just heard about it this morning. So then I had to, of course, find the video clip. And I found the uncensored video clip.
I
And
haven't
I
found
laughed my
that.
ass off. Oh, yeah. The Guardian has the uncensored
Mhm.
video.
There is as well like clips on Twitter you can find like from Australia where it was broadcasted as well, and they just
Yeah.
showed it with everything, including okay, they beeped out the F-bombs, but
Are you on Team Chris or Team Will?
I will show you on what team I am. Give me a second. I will. I shared something on Twitter today where some people are. Oh, my colleague is pinging me here. Okay, wait a few moments. He can wait a few moments. Profile. This was the funniest thing. Give me a second. Sharing. Share screen. Share screen. This
Hello,
screen,
Christian
share.
Fandom Geek.
Good morning, Christian Fandom Geek. Let's see here.
And this was funny. I'm like Star Trek as usually, as usual ahead of the curve since 1979. That was so bad. And you know what? So many people are. I call it vaccinated against humor.
Yep.
That they were like this is not funny. It is so funny. It is actually extremely funny because it was about the alopecia that Jada Pinkett Smith has and everything. You know what?
Well, you either have people that are laughing at their own jokes that are not funny,
Yes.
or you got people that are not laughing at jokes that are funny. It's like, oh my god.
And this was actually hilarious. I found it, but when I read the comments that are not my comments, but the guy who shared it for the first like the first, and you have there like comments like, no, this is like over limit. That goes, you cross the line there, and it's not funny. It is actually hilarious. So yeah, Roman, I know.
Well, see, that would only eliminate the A and the E. So, need to find one with at least 3 vowels.
The main thing was to be 5 different vowels.
Well, that would be
That's
best,
the way,
but yes.
yeah. I mean, having the same vowels is only useful if those vowels happen to be in more than once.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You know what? By the you can one day they will put this word in the Wordle. Guys, I need to finish. I need to drop off.
Of course.
I told you that by 3 p.m. and it's and the
After.
colleague is sending me here like weird messages. I need to go. Okay, Captain, was pleasure. Bert, take care. I'm not sure if you're
Take
streaming
care.
today.
I'll see how I feel.
Yeah,
If I can't do bed life,
you will do open
I'll
panel or
try to.
something. Yeah.
I try to do like city skylines maybe or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something slower paced. I'll see.
Okay. Take care, gentlemen. Bye.
Yeah. So yeah, I fully support Chris Rock. I'm surprised he even let it get that far. And I'm actually disappointed with the number of people who think Will Smith was in the right in any way, form whatsoever.
Why is that?
Because he created a physical altercation from what was just a verbal joke. If you don't like it, leave. Okay. If you want to tell him to F off, fine. But if Chris Rock didn't come over and hit his wife or assault anybody. That was Will Smith bringing it up 5 levels. He's a comedian. He's supposed to make fun of things. And frankly, he did choose something nice, relatively nice to make fun of. He could have done the easy joke, which was about how much his wife cheated on him.
True.
Which apparently is well known. I had no idea.
Unfortunately, that's what happens.
Take care, Dee Dee.
Take care, Dee Dee. Have a good day. And good morning, Spooky. Doing good. How are you? Well, if you decide to not do a usual stream, you can always, it'd be fun to watch you play a game. Either way, I hope you are able to stream today, Bird.
Thank you.
If not, let me know and I will stream later.
Gotcha.
Because we need something on. I mean, come on. Then maybe you could come on, if you're not feeling up to streaming, you might feel up to being on a stream for a little bit. So either way, Bird will be on later.
God willing.
Well, yes. But if you're God Emperor, wouldn't that,
I don't know. I better put a complaint in and see what happens.
Well, you're the one that said God willing, and you're the one who said you're God Emperor. So therefore, yeah.
Afraid I'll become a zombie, keeping myself alive by sheer will force alone. After my body has already broken down. You know what? Just out of safety's sake, no one let me bite you.
Good idea. Nobody let bird, bite you, because that would be weird anyhow.
Nephew O'Prey has entered the biting stage, apparently.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
No, I was a kid. I bit somebody. I got thrown out of school. He's a kid. He bites somebody, and I think it's adorable.
Well, yeah, because he's younger than you were at the time.
Doesn't matter. Kids. Just because he gets nap time.
You're jealous because he gets nap time.
I am jealous.
You can have nap time. Nothing's stopping you from it. God knows you've fallen asleep on enough of my streams.
Yeah.
I've fallen asleep on a few due to meds, but yeah. And of course, I have been accused of falling asleep on streams when I was sitting up and I was fully awake, and it's like, but that's life.
That's life. What you gonna say?
And good morning, Professor Brainy Specs. What's going on?
Hello, Professor.
Okay, let me pause. Let me mute for a moment.
I'm feeling a little better, Professor. A little better. Thank you.
Who was it? It was no one. Okay, put it down.
My hair has been freshly buzzed.
Cool.
Now I just need to shave. But
there we go.
Wow. Captain, I feel for you.
Thank you.
I feel for you, Captain.
I just love my family so much. I could go slap him up the head right now. Anyhow. The professor's trying to wake up. Well, hopefully that screaming woke you up. Let me just go embarrass the hell out of him. Give me a moment.
Absolutely.
I'll give you a break, Bird.
Listen to me very carefully because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
So I see that the chat was in the way of some of the comments. So, okay, you know what? I'm going to mute. Anyway, yeah, I went ahead and muted Captain for a moment while he has a discussion with his family. I'm going to play the, let's see, I'm going to play that again so that you guys can see it without the text in the front.
Listen to me very carefully because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Are you there, Cap? Okay, I'm going to remute Cap since he doesn't appear to be there yet. Arabic Saunders says, yay, hearts Janeway. Absolutely. Professor says Janeway is awesome. And also says coffee, the finest organic suspension ever devised. I would
Thank you, Bird. It was much appreciated that you muted me.
You're welcome. It took me a minute just to be clear, but I got there.
I usually am more calm and put up with more. Not today. I've had enough.
Well, maybe you could hire Will Smith.
It's time we had a discussion. Yeah, exactly.
47 Yorktown says, Janeway did nothing wrong. Oh, except Tuvix, except not sleeping with Q.
But you should have slept with Q. I mean, all the things. Oh, I have no doubt it was staged. Fake? It's as fake as professional wrestling, but
Now, they're all
staged, yes.
actors. Everything they do is acting and stage.
Yep. There's a difference between staged and fake. Fake is when they stomp their foot and pretend to hit somebody. That's fake.
Well, I'm not. If
Staged
it
is when they're
wasn't,
hit with a breakaway chair.
if it was real and not
Go ahead, Bert.
part of an act, then wouldn't he have been arrested?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. He didn't press charges. If a crime happens and it's completely visible, you don't need somebody to press charges. The state presses the charges.
Yep. The state could press charges if it were real, which I doubt they will because it was obviously staged.
Right. The defense would be, oh, this was an intentional thing where actors on a stage, and like that was the intent to happen. So that would be the reason why you don't arrest anybody.
Anyhow.
Wow, Professor. Professor would have led Tuvix right into the transporter himself to be demolecularized.
Well, my question is, why didn't they just make a copy of Tuvix? Use the copy in the transporter, turn the pile of shit into Tuvix.
You can't. Not intentionally. They'd have to use a planet, and like they did for the copy of Riker.
Yes, but see, if you use the same amount of organic matter, you should theoretically be able to transport the whatever and create another matter.
The whole point of the transporter is supposedly it's your energy that's used to recreate you. So your matter is turned into energy. That energy is then transported and then recombined to form you again. So if there was energy,
they could have given Tuvix something to go shit a bunch. Then it would have been Tuvix.
they could have. I mean, listen, they could have done a lot of things that they just didn't do because the point
that
of
was
the
right. It was
episode,
good Star Trek back then. Yeah.
Yeah, the point of the episode was Tuvix had to die for it to answer or ask the moral questions.
And Sci-Fi Nation is correct. Tuvix was an anomaly composed of two beings combined.
Technically three. Well,
Yes, it was technically.
3 organisms. I don't
Yes.
know about beings.
Two beings, one organism, yes. But I like that uniform, though.
That made the least sense of all, the uniform.
It was inspired by the flower itself.
If the flower's DNA is what caused it or something, there's no reason the DNA would spread to what's presumably an inorganic fiber.
But as we already know, it is organic, plant-based.
Who said that they're plant-based uniforms?
That's all the way back in the animated series. That's why Kirk, when they shrunk, didn't lose his uniform.
Um, I'd find that canon sketchy at best.
True. But since, basically whatever, Disco has
It's
basically made
also
everything canon. Why the
weird,
hell
like
not?
why when Kirk goes to the mirror universe, they transport into the clothing of the people from the mirror universe, but all subsequent transports, they transfer back with the clothing they're actually wearing.
That's a good question. Because they both exchanged uniforms, which makes no sense, but whatever.
Hello, Sci-Fi Nation.
Anyhow, how is everyone today? Oh, well, that was explained with that was the planet itself producing the different, or the whatever. What was that guy called in shore leave? The one who was in charge of the planet, producing all the stuff like the dresses and the guns and the whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember the White Rabbit, but that's about it.
Yep.
I'll be right back, Cap.
Okay. Which is good because. Okay. Let's get caught up in the chat. For some reason, StreamYard is delaying some of the chat. The Heisenberg compensator has a lot to do with that. Sure, why not? But we have to decouple the Heisenberg compensator for making holograms real. Yeah. Eric Sander says, Shore Leave was a terrible episode. Furry Trek. Caretaker. He was the caretaker. Why the hell did I not remember that? Probably because the only thing I can think of with Caretaker has to do with Voyager. And the whatever. Of course, the second caretaker, I don't know why, was a child, but whatever. And good morning, Carla. How are you this morning? Hopefully you're doing well. Let's see here now. And when Bird of Prey gets back, I'll ask him something. But
I'm back now, Cap. What's he going to ask?
well, you said you found an unedited version of that video.
Yes, I watched it this morning.
Can you send me a link to that, please?
Yeah,
Not necessarily
let's
here, but
see if I can get it.
yes, it is chilly here in Missouri. Right now, where I'm at, it is 36 degrees. I don't know how it is in the Boot Heel. Because I remember that's where you said you were going. That's over on the opposite side of the state and south of me. In fact, St. Louis is very far north of you.
Okay, you want me to put it in public
Sure,
chat, private chat?
public chat's fine. That way people can
About
find it.
it's about a minute and a half. You know what? I think I'm going to save a copy locally, just in case they decide to pull it later.
That way we still have a copy of it going around.
I'm sure it's already copied on Rumble and other places, but it's just easier. I have my own. $59 degrees. Damn. It's, I don't know, 30 here. 32. Let's see. 27. Holy shit. 27 now, going up to a high of 32 and windy. Professor's going up to 92. 59 going to 92. Texas.
Well, let's see here. I've watched that. I'm actually amazed. It was well staged. I'll give him that. And good morning, brightest day. How are you today? Professor says it's currently 59 there, going up to 92. Eugh.
For our sake and the sake of the world, I hope it was staged. If that wasn't staged, that really happened, then it's even more ridiculous.
Yep.
And he set racial stereotypes back 50 years.
I am. How the hell with it?
I mean, there was on the news this morning here in New York, there were several anchors of color, and they brought that up. They were like, black men already have a problem with people, thinking that they can't be controlled, that they're violent. And frankly, it's true. I mean, it is a thing that's stereotypical. You see a black guy, and oh shit, if you're a racist, like, is this guy going to attack me? And it happens. If you're walking down the street at night and you see a black guy coming at you, and you start to wonder to yourself, should I change over the other side of the street? Whereas if it was, I'll be honest, if it was a big guy of any race, I'd say, well, I'm a big guy. Maybe not me, but
Right.
if a loved one, I was like, yeah, mom will pray and take her own. But if someone else I cared about, I would say, yeah, the smart money is to move, regardless. If you got somebody you don't know coming at you. But yeah, you're right. This is racism, or whatever you want to call it. You think about it, and after a night like that, everybody's seeing about it. People are going to be thinking about it again. Even Will Smith, who probably I used to think about as I thought one of the nicer people in Hollywood, only because I knew that when his music, at least, I don't know if it's still true, but there was a point when his music, he didn't use bad language and he didn't go to like the gangster rap. He used to have like a higher form or whatever, if you will. And now to see him, and granted, I understand he was pissed that a guy made fun of his wife, but that person was a paid comedian to make fun of everybody there.
Yep.
So nothing. If you brought your wife, she was fair game.
Well, the other thing is, she was also an actress and also nominated. It wasn't like she was not part of the business.
Right. I mean, that's it. If you're there, she absolute fair game. It's not even that. Right. It's not even like it's a wife that has no history in show business. She is a show business person. She gets all the advantages of being a show business person, of being married to an A-lister like Will Smith, and she's her own A-list, or at least high B, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally never heard of her, but she seemed to be pretty famous.
Let's see here. I'm going to listen to part of it.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord.
Not sure, Cap, if
Jada?
they're gonna be okay with this, but we are reviewing it.
So far, it's not that funny, but they're laughing at it.
I thought I didn't know that there was a husband and wife both nominated. Obviously not for the same award.
Right.
That would have been more interesting.
Definitely.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? It's just...
I'm sorry, what?
That was a nice one. Okay.
It was a nice one, considering the things he could have made fun of.
This is true. You're absolutely right. I mean, there are definitely way darker, deeper, rude things he could have said, but still.
I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
I mean, it was open hand.
It was open-handed. It was a slap, and he was still standing afterwards. So
Had he thought better, he should have just dropped down.
exactly.
Imagine if Chris Rock just fell to the floor after that.
Will Smith just
What
smacked the
would have
shit out of him.
happened?
No, if Will Smith had smacked the shit out of him, his ass would be on the ground. Sorry. That's a fucking
I
ass.
don't know. Chris Rock is a Brooklyn born. He can take a punch.
Yeah, but he said smack the shit out of him. His ass would have been down at least somewhat. Even if he wasn't knocked out, knocked over. Yeah. He would have at least been. What? He would have at least been holding his jaw after a hard slap. So that was it was staged, I think.
Yeah. The only thing more stage would have been if there was a folding chair on stage.
Yeah.
Or Will Smith to pick it up and crack it over at Chris Rock's back. And then he looks up and puts up his arms. And then a referee comes out and counts Chris Rock out.
Yeah.
That part.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Now that part, particularly knowing it was on TV, yeah, uncalled for.
See, that alone, they should have asked him to leave.
Yep.
It's all hypocritical.
Yep.
Hypocrites. If they really don't like violence, like they put out their tweet, we don't condone violence, then you should have asked Will Smith to leave. Should have said, sorry, not sorry, you got to leave. Now, if he still wins the Oscar, so be it. Those were voted on, weeks ago. But he's not there to accept it. He'll get it in the mail.
Hey, multi-gunman, how you doing? And Hector, the game collector, says these are actors after all.
Philly versus Brooklyn, y'all, says sci-fi. And you're damn right. Brooklyn just held it better. You're gonna go down to some punk ass Philadelphian. Couldn't even stay in Philly. Had to move to Bel Air.
And
I don't know how much of that's true.
So I heard Bird was slapping people again. Yeah, it is like pro wrestling. They should have had the breakaway chair on stage.
Aggressively relaxing. Says two types of dudes in this world. One that saw that and goes, "Yep, you should watch your mouth," and the other that yells, calls the cops. Except that it was Chris Rock is a comedian hired to make fun of the people sitting in front of him. He was doing his job. They make fun of Oscar winners, Oscar nominees every time for however long the awards have been going on. Okay, Will Smith was 110% in the wrong.
After having looked at it with you, I'm actually more on your side now.
Thank you. All the gunman. It's I say I'm feeling a little better. Thank you. Chris Rock is a comedian of epic proportions. Okay. Chris Rock has been consistently funny my entire adult life and most of my teenage years. You'd be hard pressed. I could maybe name 2 people that would be on the same level, and I'm not even sure if they are. I'm not saying call the police. I'm saying they should have had Will Smith removed, and that was that. He has no place. You have to have consequences for doing shit like that. I'm not saying you have to be legal, but the Academy Awards were already a joke. Now they're a bigger joke. And exactly, Hector, if Chris Rock could have made a joke about how much she slept around, how much she cheated on Will. He probably had to come back. Like, why are you hitting me? She's the one who cheated on you. Okay. But he didn't say that. He said she could be in, we're waiting for her to be in G.I. Jane 2. Okay, which was probably hurt Chris Rock to say such a mundane and generally dumb joke. It wasn't purposely going after her.
Yep, I'm God. This is not a good day. I'm actually having to agree with Bird.
And you know what? If she got up and hit him, maybe. But she didn't.
No. That would have made it more believable. Because if she had hit him with the same force that he did, yeah, I can understand him still standing. But
I am in contention for an Academy Award. Aggressively Relaxing. I was nominated by the Kurogan Film Board this year for the Academy Award. So I don't know what you mean by saying only
was nominated.
I guess all the other people who were on stage. But I could have been up there, possibly. But apparently the U.S. postal system didn't understand how Kurogan stamps work, and so the nominations got held up in the mail. Didn't make it in time. Next year, maybe.
Well, if anything, Mamo Prey needs to be nominated.
Oh yeah, Mama Prey also gets nominated. Sassy, everybody. We were all nominated.
Oh.
Also, they I heard we can't play the Korogan national anthem anymore. It's too problematic.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
I'll have to commission a new anthem
Yep.
based on a less problematic song.
Yeah, I would go with something a little more. I don't know. You have to find one. So anyone who wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up today. Don't want to force anyone, but the invitation is open. I think it was a great benefit toward improving coverage of a show with dying public interest. That interest should be gone. I'm sorry, they're basically reach arounds. You're wonderful. No, you're wonderful. No, you're wonderful. Well, guess what? No. They're not so fucking wonderful. Yeah, I saw something at what's his name? Sulu. George Takei. Yeah. Was condemning somebody for not, keeping their mouth shut. Just basically, let's see here if I can pull up what I said. Oh, yes. Take your own advice. Stop trying to give advice on things you're not qualified to.
And I'll be right back.
And act or sit down and shut up. That was my reply. And I liked what Yitza said. After seeing the social media response to the Smith slap, the Academy has laid plans to have next year's Oscars presented by Jerry Springer. That would actually make sense. It might actually draw people in. So let's see here. Let's get back to the chat. See what's going on. Okay, I can't stand Hollywood actors on a good day. Never mind the verbal diarrhea that comes out of their mouths the rest of the time. That's the problem. I liked back in the old days where they would not talk. They would basically be there to do their job and act. And that was it. Because they did put in work for doing this stuff. Now it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is anymore. But anyhow. Carla, you're more than welcome to come up here. NB Geek is coming up.
Sorry, guys. Wife had to slap me around a little bit.
Oh, so yes, that's another one that's over dramatized, and at least we all know it's a joke.
Yeah, true. Well, the Oscars got something it wanted, something people are talking about the next day. But they sure as hell nobody still knows any awards that were won by anybody.
Or cares.
Yeah, or cares. I did
I
what I
mean-
normally do over the last 10 years or so, I think. I just go look and see who won, call a day, see if it's actually anything I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah. I look the day after. Oh, there's a list. Okay. Who won Best Picture? Who won this? Who won that? Okay. Okay. There we go. Best Actor, Best Actress. Yeah. That's all I really
For
care
movies
about
none of us
anyhow.
saw.
So I watch this stupid thing. Yeah.
For movies none of us have saw or even heard about, at least most of them. And the ones we did hear about, like West Side Story, was panned pretty badly. And pretty sure most of these movies did make a damn bit of money. Although I did notice Dune did win five Oscars: film editing, costume score, production effects, and I think one other one. I'd have to look.
Well, from what I've heard, because I've heard positive and negative about the movie, and some of the negative I understand. You know, they basically released half a movie. Okay,
Yes.
I can understand that as a negative. So, next when it comes out, it'll be the story will be complete. So,
Well, there is a point.
Go ahead.
There is a point in the book where they were trying to get to that halfway point. And the only complaint most people I've known who have any issues with the length of the movie is the last 15 minutes should have been in the second movie. It would have made more sense to have had the movie end with Paul and his mom currently walking through the desert versus them actually making it to the Freeman. That should have been more for the second movie. There was about 15 minutes that really should have been in the second movie, not the first movie.
Yeah, you are like the fifth or sixth person I've heard say basically the same thing about that. That there was the last portion of the movie really should have been in the next movie. So it's not uncommon. From what I've been hearing, those who, even the ones who had positives to say about the movie, say, the last part of it really should have been in the next movie.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people in that category. I understand why they did this in two parts, mainly similar to why, because when you look at the very first Dune movie back in 1985, 1986, they tried to condense the whole book into a 2-hour movie, and it's really not feasible. Too much gets cut out.
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Channel did a mini series of it back in the early 2000s, which was in more detail. My biggest problem is they did not do justice to my favorite character of the book, Duncan Idaho, whereas in this movie, Jason Momoa really shined as Duncan Idaho and went out the way he should have gone out.
Yeah.
So, overall, I do think it was a very good movie. I thought it was visually beautiful. I thought the acting for the most part was good. That girl who plays MJ in the Spider-Man movies, I'm going to be honest, she is like my least favorite actor I see in like popular movies right now. I just don't particularly care for her acting. She's got that resting bitch face all the time. Not as bad as Brie Larson, but still she has it. Aggressively Relaxing says he's seen the films that won. Well, that's cool. I don't even know what most of those films. I honestly
don't either.
Yeah, most of them I didn't even know they existed.
I haven't even looked at Good Morning Terry Smoochhausen, Good Morning Gap Stargate.
Like I said in the chat a couple days ago, Cap, I think the last time I watched the Oscars at any point was when Gladiator won Best Picture, and that was back in like 2001.
Wow. It just seemed like it would be 21 years. You'd be, yeah.
There's no point to them. I mean, I don't know what happened last night at the Oscars other than the slab. I'm sure there was plenty of pandering going on, like there has been the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, I think most award shows, it's not even just the Oscars. You look at the Emmys, you look at the Grammys, you look at maybe not the Tonys. I don't know really much about their ratings. But then you look at the other awards like the BET Awards or the VMA Awards, they're all dropping in ratings. Nobody wants to spend 3 hours watching these things, an hour's worth of commercials. Not the current generation.
No.
Hell, not even us.
No. In the current generation, they would just be, huh? They're watching TikTok on their phone while it's on TV. Oh, okay.
Oh, who won? What was that movie? Maybe I'll put that on my list. Okay, back to TikTok. Hey, Gap, Stargate, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, there's nothing exciting about it. There's really, and half the time the movie you'd like to win or the actor you like to win almost never wins.
No. Anyhow. So, you going to be streaming later? NB? I mean, any time coming up?
No, just uploading a few videos here and there. We streamed yesterday, Sunday. We did history of film. We talked about 3 women in film. Talked about Lucy. I did Penny Marshall, and for some reason I keep losing the one Alicia did, but yeah, they were very interesting. Penny Marshall, for most people who may know, she was in Laverne and Shirley, which I did not know was actually a spinoff of Happy Days until I did my research.
Really?
Yes. So what happened was on Happy Days, there was a few episodes. I think there were a total of 5 throughout the years. The first one was a date with Fonzie, and they brought in these characters, Laverne and Shirley. One was going to date Fonzie, one was going to date Richie, and they came back. They came back a few different times, and ended up impressing on their comedic talent so much that they offered them their own show. Now, originally, one of the original actors, not Marshall, but the other one, was actually not going to do the roles. So they did a test footage with another actress, and eventually were able to talk the original actress back in. So they did another take with her. And apparently the studio wanted to see both. And I guess the producer, the way the story goes, the producer took the original reel, locked it in a cloth, and said it was lost. She actually directed quite a few movies a lot of us have seen and probably enjoy. See, Big. She directed that. She directed A League of Their Own. Another big one. There was a few others. And she did producing too. She produced The Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe. And she worked with some big names. Tom Hanks. She did Renaissance Man with Danny DeVito. So she did some pretty interesting ones. Unfortunately, she was the first worst woman director to make $100 million on a movie. And I think Big came out in the 80s. So, $100 million back then on a budget of $18 million is pretty damn good. I I don't know how to say. Is it D. Bud Martin? No, I did not know that, and no, I do not know what I do not know what Happy Days was a spinoff from. I did not know that. I didn't know Happy Days was even a spinoff.
Okay, well, you do know what else was a spinoff of Happy Days?
You'd have to refresh my memory.
Mork and Mindy.
Oh, yes. That one I think I did know.
Good afternoon, Dr. Alex. How are you today? I'm trying to remember what Happy Days was spun off from. Oh my God. I used to know that shit.
I guess it's... Was it Out of the Blue?
Ah. Segment of Love American Style. An anthology show. Ah. Okay. Didn't know that.
Oh, it's a spinoff of Father Knows Best. Was a spinoff of a oh. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Anyhow, hopefully Bird will be able to stream later today. If not, he'll let me know and I'll be streaming. So either way, watch out later for a stream coming up either by Bird of Prey or myself. And I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this a stream. I do want to thank everybody for joining. Do want to thank Bird of Prey 5 and Grandpa Geek for joining me on the panel. Again, thank you so much and have a great day.